Hi, I'm Simon Rushton and this is Taxichronicles Podcast. On this podcast, we spontaneously interview unsuspecting passengers with their permission, allowing them to share their intimate life stories and concerns. As our slogan states, real riders, real stories. Some riders prefer to be anonymous, while others ask me to tell their story later on. Either way, there are all genuine 5 to 10 minutes stories, so sit back and enjoy this episode. Hi, and yes, it's me again. I'm on my second shift for today. It's the nighttime shift or the graveyard shift, however you want to see it. We have a lovely lady in the car, and her name's Maddie. And
Hello.
We got talking. Hi, Maddie.
Hello.
Oh, that's nice. And Maddie's going to tell us about her career. Let's put it this way, and then we'll just let the conversation flow and see where it takes us. We've got 11 minutes, so it's probably not going to be too long, but here we go. So, Maddie, what happened with your work situation?
Right, so I, after COVID, I had lost my job. I was actually living in Canada at the time, and I lost my job over there. So came back to the UK, needed work in London, bagged myself a PA job for an independent cinema. I was assisting two of the directors there, and I was like one of 200 applicants to get the job. Pleased with myself, like okay salary, like mediocre work, got on with it. I'm quite a professional person when it comes to dealing with people and looking after myself and looking after them. So what came next was a bit of a surprise. So basically I was there from Monday to Friday, and then the Monday, Tuesday, and on the Tuesday my director calls me into his office. I go in as normal with my notepad, ready to take down notes, and before I'd even sat down in the chair, he was just like, this isn't going to work. And I was just like absolutely flabbergasted, sat down, like I just couldn't believe it, because I just couldn't like see where I could have possibly gone wrong. So I just said, okay, that's really surprising, because I feel like I've only spent 10 minutes with you over the last week and a half. And he was like, yeah, can't quite put my finger on it, not really sure what it is. And at first my instant thing was like, oh, does he fancy me? Because he's got a wife and kids. This bloke's like 43 and he's like established. But then I like quickly dismissed that idea, because I knew that he didn't fancy me at all, because he's just not that kind of guy. He just didn't behave like that. I know when a guy fancies me or not. I know when they're like, their eye contact lingers for a moment too long, and his never did. So it wasn't a case of that. It was just, so I actually left that meeting like, I really respect your decision. I understand that you've made your mind up, and I wish you all the best for future. And I just like held my lump in my throat and picked up my stuff and left. I said, do you want me to leave like right now? And he was like, well, I don't want to waste anyone's time. And I was like, okay. So I just went into the other office. I got my stuff, told the accountant, told the other PA that I was leaving. They just couldn't believe it. It was honestly so out of the blue. Anyway, so I left feeling like I just had my head chopped off. And then it turns out that he had actually, a conversation that we'd had the week before, he'd told me that he wants me to get in touch with a physio. He said this physio is notoriously difficult to get hold of, so you're going to have to try and find him. He used to work at, can I say the gym's name?
Yeah, go on.
He used to work at Third Space, so maybe you can get in touch with that receptionist and go from there. And I was like, oh, Third Space. I was like, oh my God, like that's their sister gym is another space. I was like, I used to go to another space 3 times a week. I was like, honestly, 3 times a week at another space spinning, and you're in the best shape of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that was my flippant conversation, which I didn't think anything of, and it turns out that he'd taken that completely to heart, as if I was telling him to get in better shape.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was he fat or something?
No, he wasn't. He was in good shape, but his ego was so bruised that
Really?
that was the reason that.
Sounds like a woman.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but yeah.
God.
So that cost me my salary job.
So but he didn't even just say, listen,
No.
I didn't like that statement you made.
No, he didn't pull me up on what I'd said. It was all very cowardly done.
You was in your probation period there.
Yeah, I was on my probation, yeah.
So I was thinking, I suppose you don't
No
really
job
have,
security.
Yeah, no job security.
Yeah.
Well, we're sorry to hear that.
Oh, I know. You know what? It was just, and since then, it's just affected my like confidence in speaking.
You sound professional enough to me.
Thank you, but yeah.
Did you say to him, listen, I understand it was about a comment, there's no things meant in that? You could have said...
What, come back from it?
Yeah, you could have said to him, listen, I understand that was a situation now, but I didn't mean anything by it, just letting you know for the record. And then he might have said, actually, silly,
No,
blah, blah, blah.
no, I don't want to work for someone who's that egotistical, that narcissistic, that like focused on themselves, that they can't understand a flippant comment with me talking about just anyone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't. After all that, I realised like how mental he was.
So how did you find out though that was
the other PA that I befriended within the time I was there? She was messaging me and she told me what he had said to them.
So he says to them?
Yeah, he told them what happened.
Okay. So what was you doing in Canada then on another note?
So I was a talent agent in the UK. I was a talent agent in the West End, and my partner was doing his doctorate in mechanical engineering, and we decided to drop those careers to like just have a break and explore Canada. So we moved to Vancouver last November.
Okay.
To like work there, live there, and like just explore and be before
adventurous.
Yeah, we wanted to just like have a break from London and just do all that. So and then COVID happened, so now we're back.
All right.
So yeah, that was our big plan.
And how did you find Vancouver?
I love Vancouver. It's amazing, but it's crazy how I just really took for granted our like heritage here, because we've been here for obviously hundreds and thousands of years, the world, but I mean Vancouver is only 100 years old. So everything's new, like everything is brand new. You go to the pub and it's like a couple of rooms in like on the base of a multi-story building, do you know what I mean? You don't have like organic buildings with the heritage and the times like that you do here, and I just really took that for granted.
Do you like the modern life? Would you prefer the heritage?
I prefer the heritage, yeah, I prefer it here.
Okay. So what holds the future for you?
We don't know whether to go back to Canada or stay in the UK, basically. So my partner's got a good job that he's proud of, but I haven't managed to get another job yet. So we're not sure.
You could be a virtual assistant.
Yeah, could do. Yeah, I don't mind doing stuff like that.
Okay.
But
I suppose the main thing is to pick yourself up and not let your...
Exactly.
So I sense in your voice there's disheartening. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, confidence. Not after, like, it's the 5th week that I've been unemployed now, so I'm a bit like, it's just not a nice place to be, is it, with no income?
There's always Uber.
Yeah, I know. I need to get myself a car.
You could hire one. But anyway, last but not least, the last question is, what's the impact you want to have in the world?
I want to encourage equality within gender and race more than anything.
Okay.
More than anything.
How comes you took that on? I know.
I've just really been brought up that way, and I just feel like the struggle is just every day in normal conversation. It's not about being at a protest or posting on social media or giving yourself a platform. It's the norm. It's the conversation where it all slips. I feel like it's in the small things which people aren't realising rather than the big things.
Okay, that's nice. Well, thanks to have you for the...
Oh my God, I'm exhausted.
And let's just get you home safely.
Yeah, get me home safely, please.
Okay then, bye.
Thank you so much.
We hope you liked that episode. Keeping in mind, we never know who we're going to interview. We post twice a day, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT. Have you ever considered the future economies to invest in? Why not listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories? Considering Africa has the fastest growing economies and population on Earth and has done for many years, it holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. We publish twice a week, Tuesday with a guest investor and Fridays talking about investment, politics and history, providing a clear understanding for any potential investor.